Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, April 12th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is, I listen deeper for the truths of myself. And today we have a full moon in Libra and Venus going direct. Now, both of these things are happening later in the day. We have the full moon happening at 5:22 p.m. Pacific time. We have Venus officially going direct at 6:02 p.m. Pacific time. But I think that today's going to feel a little different. I think it's really interesting that we have the full moon and Venus direct within basically, 40 minutes of each other, unfolding within 40 minutes, just so close in timing for the cosmic unfolding. And so to me, there's a deeper resonance in this energy for relationships, but it feels like, hello Sun, conjunct Chiron and Aries in this full moon, it feels like the deepest calling is a recommitment, recalibration, reconnection to the relationship that you have with yourself. And just the continuance of allowing your true beingness to flow through as much as possible. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't healing to be done in regards to you being your you-iest you. I think that's one of the quotes of the year, you being your you-iest you. And I think that's part of the Chiron energy. And I think it's recognizing where we have the healing work to do. And in this is where I think we have some of this Libra, some of this relational mirroring happening for us. It's really fascinating to me to see what people are saying that they're seeing when they're scrolling. They're like, oh, I'm seeing so much of this, or oh, I'm seeing so much of this, or I'm seeing so much of this. Yes, algorithms. But I think it's also trying to show us some mirrors, because I'll look at them and I'm like, wow, I really don't see that. I really don't see that. I really don't see that. I'm like, I've got the magical scrolling happening right now. I'm in my magical era right now. I'm okay with that. But it's just trying to show you a mirror of where you're at energetically. And it's okay to like the mirror. It's okay to not like the mirror. But it's good to recognize that it's mirroring your energetic agency, your energetic energies. And it's showing you where you're at in the process. So just paying attention to what is showing up in and through these energies can really help you recognize, yes, more of this. Here's where I have a little work to do in this energy. Now, I love that this is happening at 23 degrees, which is 5 energy. 5 energy brings change, but it also is a call for listening, communication, but also listening. And I really feel that in this energy, some listening will be very supportive. Speaking of listening, the chart's like, hey, there's a yod. Are you seeing the yod? I'm seeing the yod right now. We have a yod today happening as part of this full moon. The yod is actually pointing at, the big finger of God, pointing at the moon in Libra, the full moon in Libra. So I think another layer of this as well is bringing forth the lessons of harmony. Now, part of the yod is Venus, Saturn, North Node, Mercury, all hanging out together in Pisces, which is bringing up a lot of karmic stuff for us to move through, including potentially karmic lessons for ourselves that can throw us a little wonky off balance. And then the other piece that's feeding into the yod is Uranus, which is like, hey, we've got to evolve our own personal inner harmony beyond where it's been stuck at. So recognizing one of my big Libra lessons is making the peace outside of the self at the expense of the self. And it's a hard pattern to break. It was definitely a big part of my conditioning of life, right? And it's somewhere where I can get stuck and where I don't necessarily enforce my boundaries, right? Because I'm like, oh no. So it's a big lesson. It's a big lesson for me. It's a big mirror for me, right? I'm seeing that, recognizing these places where you get stuck, these places where you will choose outside harmony. I think that this can also be converse, where you're completely dysregulated and not in harmony internally, and it's also happening outside. So just looking, I mean, this world right now, it's very easy to be dysregulated in. So just noticing, but I think that this is a big piece of it. Like, are you recognizing where you're overwhelmed, overburdened, it's all too much, the stress, where you need to take your monkey for a walk, your monkey mind for a walk, to re-regulate yourself in and through these energies. We have to recognize how taxing the unfolding of things can be, but also, even beyond that, being bombarded by the stories of the unfolding and the stories of how people are perceiving the unfolding can be for us. So take your monkey for a walk. Take it easy, moment by moment, in this energy for this full moon. Like I said, this full moon is connecting to Chiron. We have the Sun and Chiron conjunct today. Chiron reminds us, healer, heal thyself. And so self-awareness in this energy is really important. Really taking the time to connect into yourself. What do you need? Are you taking care of your basic needs? Are you getting rest? Are you grounding? If you're finding yourself to be reactive in any way, okay, your nervous system's a little out of bounds, how can you re-regulate? How can you rebalance yourself? We also have the politics card showing up. So recognizing where you're trying to fake the world, where you're trying to fake yourself, but you can never really fake yourself. Yourself is going to let you know, no, I'm not okay. So taking the time to connect in. We have the sorrow card coming through. This is a mental card, but obviously it has some emotional energy. The moon in Libra is a mental moon, but it has emotional energy. And you may find that bubbling up, especially as the Pisces energy helps the yod, gives the yod a little bit of information. Well, I showed you all my cards here. Venus direct. Venus has been retrograde since March 1st. It went retrograde in the sign of Aries. It is back in Pisces right now. It's basically hanging out with Saturn, where it will meet again. We just had our Venus-Saturn meeting this week. It'll meet again. But here it is going direct. Now, this is going to take a little time. I do believe between this, between Mars finishing up in Cancer, Mercury being direct, and all this energy that's going to be moving into Aries, we're finally like getting a little momentum into this year. And so this is going to be really powerful. But Venus retrograde is like, don't forget yourself. Don't forget where you learned to love yourself deeper, hopefully, during this Venus retrograde. Don't forget the relationship mirror lessons that came up for you during this. And don't forget the deeper connection to your divine self that helps remind you of your inherent worth as Venus goes direct. It's going to take a little time, but I personally am relieved that Venus is going direct in this energy. I will mention that the moon, as it moves forward, will meet with Mars. That's going to be early on Sunday morning. Ooh, but it might not be or feel very pretty. Moon, Mars, especially coming off the full moon, and Mars finishing up in Cancer, might be very emotional. Mars finishing up in the final degree of Cancer over the next few days might have some remarks might have some energy. So again, you might see where you get pushed and where you need to re-regulate yourself. So be aware of that. 2 cards came out of Divine Abundance for this full moon Venus retrograde weekend. One is acceptance, and this says radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. And the other is true offering. True offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. And I think both of these can work together, especially as we recognize we're all in relationship to what's unfolding in the world right now. And it can be a challenge. Even when things are going good, it can be a challenge because energy is all over the place, right? So relying on those energies to help you move with grace can be helpful and powerful. So, oh, I forgot to do the Sabian symbol. I want to do the Sabian symbol because I think this is part of it too. So I love the Sabian symbol for the full moon. For 23 degrees Libra, it is a Chanticleer's voice heralds sunrise. So a Chanticleer is, I guess, I'm probably not saying it right. It's a kind of a rooster. So it's, saluting the sun. And the key words are the response to life's renewals. And I will remind you that every day is a renewal. This energy for sure with this full moon, Venus direct, all planets direct for the next 3.5 weeks is a renewal. And so utilize this to take the initiative to harmonize your life with that soul calling that you feel within. Find that alignment. And trust your process, right? There we go. So I'm going to leave that there for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong. And know that you can trust your process because we are the solution. Namaste.